Well, it's been a long time. What were you expecting? It's been a while since I've done another one of these podcast recordings. I think I'm gonna do a recording after this, and I'll explain a little bit of what's been going on. I'm not gonna give all the details of my life. I really won't have a lot of personal videos, but after today I would say after the last couple days, I kind of wanted to eventually talk about it just because it does affect video podcast kind of stuff. What do you want to know why I didn't make any content? I spent all week figuring out a three-part series called and it's about the Steelers because I wanted to wait a full week because I was waiting to see what Steelers would do. No one did anything after the Browns loss yesterday. All I'm going to say is Browns, I don't even want to say good. Amazing fight. You did so well. I am proud of you. The league is proud. A lot of other players on teams were defending the Browns, so I'm happy. I'm happy to see that, and I'm always happy to see teams that aren't good start being good, that deserve it. But this is going to thinking about it, I don't even think this is going to be one of the Steely videos. I'm going to spread them out, but trust me, they're probably going to be multiple parts. I'm thinking 4 or 5 parts. It's going to be my first kind of mini series, but just because a team 11 that went 11-0 is now eliminated from playoffs, is tight on the cap, and has many, 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 many more questions to ask. So this will, I don't want to, I guess will be the rundown Monday. But again, I'm not even gonna do this as much. It's probably just gonna be a normal video, and it honestly is. If you're expecting for something else that's not about Drew Brees and Tom Brady, you probably might not like this because a lot of people are saying, did we see Brees' last game? Did we? I don't know. It was his last game. I have never ever seen Drew Brees like he was last night. I mean, I don't watch a lot of Saints games to be honest, but I've never seen him do. I've never heard anything he does stuff like that. And as soon as he did it, it reminded me of Andrew Luck when he retired. And to be honest, while it was kind of it was kind of coming. I think his retirement wasn't going to be guaranteed this year. I think people said maybe he retires, maybe not. Probably will finish out his contract. But as soon as he sustained that rib injury and got injured, I knew right away he was done. This is his final season. He wasn't looking too hot to begin with, so that's kind of the first thing. But he also really wasn't bad. He was still up to the potential that he could be. As soon as he took that injury, I knew he was done. And to be honest, if you saw on the sideline during the game, I mean, I get if you didn't watch the game, the first half was boring. But he said to Jameis, and they caught it on camera, this is your team. So, if that's correct, and there's been tons of interest in Jameis, and I think what's going to happen is Jameis Winston will be the future of the New Orleans Saints, unless he busts, because I think Taysom Hill also is just not going to be as good. I think, honestly, he might fully convert to receiver or tight end, just because he's been pretty good in that case. He's been pretty decent on special teams, but I think he'll probably be moved to that position. And this is kind of going to be more on the Saints. Buccaneers didn't expect this. Very conservative. And this is Bruce Arians, who is never conservative. Pretty conservative. And to anyone who hates Tom Brady, shut up. He's the GOAT. I mean, everything looked like he was going to get swept, and he didn't. He won. He beat Drew Brees in a playoff game. He ended his career. And I think he could beat Aaron Rodgers because this dude handles the cold exceptionally well. Probably one of the best weather players out there. And if you don't know what a weather player is, they play exceptional in horrible weather, which Tom Brady has done. And of course, I personally think Tom Brady's been playing in Boston. He's used to this. Antonio Brown, I think he's used to it. Gronk, he's used to it. Mike Evans, and I don't know. And if it snows, I think they're gonna have to rely on the run game. But again, if you look at the running backs, they've all except I think Shady have all pretty much been in warm weather. Warm weather. So and weather does play a factor. Trust me, it definitely does play a factor in how you perform, how well you perform, unless you are up to the peak level. Now, my opinion, I don't think the Packers are going. I just think the Packers are going to think they're going to beat the Bucks. I think Rodgers might be like, you can't. I don't trust this defense, and you do not bet against Tom Brady in a playoff game. Again, you don't bet against him, even though it is MVP form Rodgers. This defense has made Rodgers look off. And before anyone says, "Well, Mahomes is not gonna, Mahomes ain't winning it." I don't know who would come in second. Maybe Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson will finally get his first couple MVP votes, but because I think he still should get like 2 or 3 votes, but I don't know. But the main reason of this recording, and it might not even be rundown at this point, it might just be called a farewell to Breeze's career. He is the first He is the first elite quarterback to probably get taken out of the game. Now, before anyone says, but Peyton Manning was taken out due to age and injuries. That's why I don't count Andrew Luck, because, again, the Colts have killed quarterbacks in their past. They have been known for doing this. This is not me. I mean, of course, now I think they're going to not be known for that due to coaching and great management. But Peyton Manning just wanted to go out on top and went to a team where he was mediocre. So obviously, I don't count. I think Peyton Manning's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But at the same time, he's not going out like Brees is. Brees has, funny enough, one Super Bowl to his name, beating Peyton Manning. Brees should have had 2 to 3 Super Bowl rings, and his team screwed up. Remember when they could have even repeat, but they lost to the Seahawks? Drew Brees couldn't do anything. The defense had one job and they failed. And it's so sad to watch this team because again, they had to win a Super Bowl with Drew Brees. Drew Brees, a couple years ago, was an MVP caliber and they lost. And that wasn't even the Minnesota Miracle. That was the year where they could, if they beat the LA Rams, they could have beat Tom Brady. Reffing and defense. I mean, I get it. You could blame the officials, and I think that was the worst, maybe even one of the worst calls in NFL history. But really, you still could have beat them. Because yes, that call did matter, but you still could have beat them. And I know a lot of people don't like. I mean, I like Sean Payton. I know he's involved in Bounty Gate, but then again, if you look, one of my favorite coaches is Bill Belichick. I get it. But I think Sean Payton is like one of my favorite coaches. I think he's a great coach, great guy, and I think I don't know what he's gonna think. Because again, he's getting up there in age too. I mean, luckily and God bless him. Hopefully, he stays healthy and keeps um staying healthy. Because I wish nothing upon him. He's such a good guy. I don't know if he's gonna return. Because I think, especially with him, he was also like, I would probably go on as long as Drew Brees went on. But now I don't have Brees, and again, I know and before anyone asks, the only piece I would say you should keep on the Saints, Alvin Kamara. That's it. And I'm talking about big contracts, of course. Like, I'm not saying flush out everyone. I think you do need to keep some youth pieces. Marshawn Lattimore, I would keep. He's still a pretty good piece. But Cameron Jordan needs to go. Michael Thomas needs to really go. Jared Cook, I love my man. Such a good tight end. Not good enough. Need to get a younger guy. He needs to go. Um, I think Jameis would be an interesting quarterback to bridge the gap before they get a new franchise quarterback. Because I think Jameis will be decent. I think he'll still get that team to playoffs. But honestly, you need to get. The thing is, Michael Thomas has been a cancer. Michael Thomas has been awful. Michael Thomas has been considered one of the greatest receivers of all time, but he had really only one good year, and that was due to him being great on slant passes. And he talks all this trash, but doesn't back it up. Julio talks trash, he backs it up. D-Hop talks trash, he backs it up. Davante Adams talks trash, he backs it up. Michael Thomas is always the odd one out where he talks trash, he can't back it up. And you might say, well, Odell Beckham never backed it up. Now he's starting to back it up, and he tore his ACL. Okay, still, he's better than Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas, I don't know why. I would still say, and even as bad as he is, he's still a top 10 receiver. He still has talent, but he's being more. He already sounded like cancer at the beginning of the season. He kept getting injured. It's like, did he just have a one season wonder, or should Christian McCaffrey, should have been the offensive player of the year? I think Christian McCaffrey. I think Michael Thomas definitely had a breakout season, but yeah, no, my entire thing still stands. I don't think he's. Again, when I heard he was like offensive player of the year, I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Still nothing good. But that's why I think they need him. But the only reason why I think they should keep Kamara is not only was he was the only running back who got big money and played like it. Again, last season, he didn't play that well. He didn't play great, didn't play horrible, but he played fine. This year, he played extremely well. And he needed to. And he's a pretty good guy as well, but at the same time, it's also it's kind of funny because they're looking at the Panthers, and you know what? That's you. Your quarterback's going to be gone. You have a young, locked up, good contract for a running back, and you want to know the worst part? You're locked up for cash because you'll have the Brees hit. Yeah, Michael Thomas's horrible contract unless you trade him for picks, which I honestly you might want to do. You might want to do. I would say I would say you just do a Stephon Diggs trade. First, third, and maybe a fourth, and that's what you get. Because the dude, again, the dude's gonna have. I think honestly, he probably would want to go to Jacksonville, probably want to be with Urban Meyer. But I mean, I don't know. But if you want my personal thoughts on Drew Brees, one of the best stat quarterbacks out of there. And I don't mean this as an insult, and I do usually say stat quarterbacks are insulting because they usually do it in garbage time. Drew Brees doesn't do it in garbage time. He does it all the time. He's one of the most accurate passers, and he's one of the greatest, and it's a shame his legacy goes out on there. But, yeah, this is kind of my farewell to Brees, and if Brees, I don't know why the heck he would ever hear this, but live retirement, be the best you can be, and just enjoy your time. Just enjoy retirement. You deserve it. You're getting a gold jacket. No one's gonna doubt it. But other than that, I mean, that's pretty much all. Stay safe and stay frosty.